Good morning, people. How are we doing today? Already done for the day. That's the best way to start a day. In correlation with the XY bounce, can you check what's the current situation? I wouldn't stress too much about what the XY is doing. If you're gonna trade gold, just focus on gold. Ready to crush another day? Of course we are. Honestly, right now, I don't know if we're gonna get any good opportunities. Like all we have right now is just this baby sweep. And so this could potentially push the price a bit higher. But overall, I would still say we are bearish for the day. And when maybe if we're lucky, we can just get a push up to this area, maybe get a sweep of it, and then just continue moving down. Is it buy? If you want to, this is a good area to buy, but I would still prefer to short as we get into this zone. You know, just like we had yesterday, like when we were at the bottom of the range, it was a good idea to buy and then switch into a sell once we entered the zone. But today, like the distance from this point to our zone is not that big. So if you want to buy, that's up to you. But I would still prefer to sell once we get into this zone. Feeling today, I'm feeling much better. Like I still have, I'm stuck in my throat, so my voice is not fully back. But at least I was able to go to the gym for the first time in like 2 weeks now, so that's good. And I hope you guys were paying attention yesterday because we had a beautiful sweep of this structure point. I can just get rid of the zone and just turn it into a structure. Does working out in a gym help in trading? I mean, it depends. It definitely helps you, like with your body, with your hormones, the discipline. Obviously, when you go to the gym, you have to make sure you eat properly, you get your protein in. So it has some aspects of the discipline that you can transfer into trading. The target could be 46.10. Yeah, once we start dropping, this is a good target. But yeah, as I was saying yesterday, obviously I closed these trades early just because I didn't like want to be stuck in a trade all day. Even if we check this out, like by the time gold dropped up to here, like it was literally 7 hours later. So that's what I tried to avoid. So that's why I just closed my trade early. But there was nothing wrong if you can just continued holding your trades, and that would have been a very good profit for you. But yeah, as I was saying, sweep of structure, volume, that's like the 10 out of 10 setup you can always get. And every time you see this happen, like it's pretty much a guaranteed few hundred pip pump. And as we just went up to retest that area of accumulation, which I was talking about. Didn't get that structure sweep, but it was close enough, which is still fine. This bit of accumulation was the most important part, which I was pointing to. But for now, like if you did get into a buy here, that's good. You can easily just hold it up to this range. But for me, I would just rather wait for the price to come into this range and give me some sign that it's going to continue selling. Because I've already been selling since the top here. So for me, nothing has changed. Like the volume is still kind of dead. So we are only just pushing up because we are at the bottom of the range and we had this sweep. And obviously the bubbles are saying sell today. So like for me, as I was also saying yesterday, this entire thing just looks exactly like the CPI setup from 2 weeks ago. Maybe I can show you side by side exactly what I mean. Let me just maybe use this one. And this one. Any views on today's news? Like the news today is irrelevant. It doesn't matter as much. Quick question. Yesterday that indicator was working, today it's not working. What do you think I should do? I'll maybe just try to remove it from your chart and add it again, because it should be working. Like, not your access should still be there. You took entry. No, I'm in sales now. Like, I mean, I did take an entry, the one I showed on Instagram, but I am in sales. But I did say like we could just go for a buy now because we're at the bottom of the range, but I would still expect like just the top of this range to be retested before we head down. Yeah, and just to show you a bit more details and what I mean, this is CPI from 2 weeks ago. We had a big pump, accumulation, big pump, accumulation, retracement, retracement. We got a push, sweeping the previous daily high, sweep of the previous daily high, another accumulation, another accumulation. Again, on that pump, we had no volume, so there's no volume. The volume comes in after this sweep. We had a push down, shifting structure, push down, shifting structure. Then obviously yesterday we had a bit of accumulation, then a push down. During the CPI, we just had a straight push down, then a retracement into a fresh area. Today, retracement into that supply I pointed to yesterday, and then it continued melting. Obviously today we also had one more retracement, but overall, like, this is looking exactly the same, so I would still expect the price to continue moving down now. And as you can see, guys, we pretty much tapped into the zone. Let me just adjust it so you can cover the bottom of this candle. Like, see, like a perfect tap into the bottom of this wick, because it's like a break and retesting. And obviously, no matter where you enter the shorts from, the stop loss is above this structure point. And for now, I would be looking for gold to take out that previous wick. Obviously, we may see some resistance around this area, but for now, I would just expect this low to go. Are we going to take a buy or sell? I am in sales. So for now, I'm not going to take any more entry unless we retrace a bit higher into the zone. But it's okay if you guys take an entry a bit below the zone, because I've already been shorting from this point, and I was just adding more trades here and here. So for me, like, there's no need to add any more trades. Unless we push a bit higher into the range, then I'm going to add a bit more. But for now, I'm good. I'm just waiting for the sells to continue pushing down. Took the sells at 46, 45. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect sniper entry. What is your volume settings? You're moving average length on TradingView. I don't have that moving average then on. Like, it doesn't matter, it's not needed. How's the audio today, by the way? I tried to adjust it in the settings. It should be a bit louder now. What's the stop loss? The stop loss for the sells is above this structure point. Not bad, audio is okay. That's good. Could you explain why you are more bearish for today? I was already bearish yesterday. Like as I was explaining yesterday, when we first got into the shorts here, I was already bearish at that point. Like all we had was just a push down, took out that structure point, and we had a lot more volume coming in. So that's why we had that big retracement into that previous accumulation area, which I was referring to during the live. And I was also explaining that this entire price action just looks like CPI from 2 weeks ago. And you know, obviously, if we just zoom out, like gold has just been pushing and pushing without any major pullbacks. And because we reached the higher part of this range, which hasn't been retested for a very long time, it's very likely that we could get some bigger retracements now, potentially into like this bearish candle or maybe into this area of accumulation. You know, we can't just have every single day a green candle, especially if we reach that previous top of the range, then a bit of resistance and a little retracement is expected. Are you in a trade or not? I am in the trades that I posted on Instagram. So for now, I haven't added any trades, but this is a good zone to be adding more shorts. You know, kind of like we had yesterday, we had that big push down, sweep of liquidity, volume came in, push, retracement. We were at the bottom of the range, then we just pushed up to the top of this range, and then we just ranged for a bit and eventually melted. So that's sort of the thing that I'm expecting now. We had this sweep. Let me just mark it for you. We had this sweep, volume came in, that gave us that push. We retested the top of the range, retracement. We had a sweep, like a baby sweep of this structure point. So it's a good area for you to buy, but I would only just buy into the top of this range. And then I would just wait for the price to give me a sign that it's gonna continue and just get into more shorts. And I guess if we look at silver, like it's looking a bit more bullish than gold right now. Obviously gold retraced all the way into the bottom of the range. Silver is just kind of retesting those previous highs. So I guess if the 630 opens, silver could push like into the top of this range, at the same time sweep this structure point. and that would correlate with gold pushing into the top of this range, and then we could potentially see some more selling momentum coming in. In shorts now, or are you waiting for confirmation? Like I said, I've already been short from the top here, and I added more trades as it was dropping. So I was short from like here, then I added shorts here and here. So for now, I'm not adding any more trades unless we just get a bigger push into the top of this range. Then I'm gonna add like an extra 0.5. Can you show your open positions? I don't know if you guys can see, like I don't know if it's blurry for you. Let me just go to the 5-minute chart. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this or if it's blurry, but yeah, that's the trade. Due to Australian region, I can't join Vantage, and monthly fees I can't afford right now, but with this I can learn a lot. Thanks, brother. You're welcome. But if you're from Australia, like, you should be making a lot of money. What's the entry point? Like, you mean for my trade or for this? For this, like, we already had that initial tap into this previous wick. Go to his Instagram. Yeah, if you just go to my Instagram, you can see my entries. Because I don't know if you guys can see through the camera. But yeah, like I said, I had my entry as this candle was flipping. Yeah, I had my entry here. Then I had my entry after this break and retest, and this candle was starting to moving down. Then I had another entry around this area as I saw we were building up some resistance. So right now I haven't added any entries yet, but if we get a bigger push into that range, then I'm gonna consider adding more trades. But for now, like I already have entries stacked along this move, so I don't need to add any more. I'm only gonna add if we get some more signals that it's gonna sell from this area. But obviously, if you guys haven't entered any trade, then any point from this to the top of the range is gonna be a good entry. I'm waiting 49 to sell. I'm in buy since 40. Yeah, that's a good plan. Like I said, because of this baby sweep that we had, we can see the momentum is building up now. So I would just wait and see if we get some resistance coming in at this range. Obviously, it could be also very likely that we could just sweep that top of that range and then continue moving down. Just have to wait and see. Yesterday's sell trade, I held it and I was in good profits, then it reversed and hit stop loss, putting me further in drawdown. But I think I should stop shooting for the moon. It's affecting my psychology. Can't even focus at work. Yeah, they definitely should stop. Like, that's why I got out of those trades as soon as I ended the streams, because like I said, like, just I said there was no volume. So because we had no volume, it was very likely that gold would just continue ranging. So, you know, even though the idea for the trade was very good and it was correct, like I said before, from this point to when gold melted, it was 7 hours. So you would have had to stay in the trade for 7 hours just watching it bounce up and down, up and down. And that's not something I like. And buyers will push in and then sellers will observe and level as you said and start melting. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Obviously, we already had the retest of that previous low, so we had a break and retest, so that's still good enough. But I think maybe once the 630 opens, we could get like a bigger wick sweeping that previous high, which could push in more sellers. And you know, just no matter where you enter right now, the stop loss should be above that previous structure point. Do you use deep chart? No, I don't. Like whatever you see on TradingView, like this is the only thing that I use. Like TradingView and MetaTrader, that's all that you need. What time frame are you using? The visual is very blurry. This is the 5-minute time frame. Can I swing this trade or take what the market gives me? It depends. If the momentum comes in and we get to break below this structure point, then potentially you can swing it. You know, because once we break below this structure point, the next stop would be like around 46.15 and these levels. So I think once we get back down into these levels, we shouldn't retrace high enough for your trade to be taken out. And you know, right now, this stop and this entire push down, it's gonna give us that potential bearish reversal now. So I think we could retrace like at least to these levels eventually. But at the same time, I could be wrong. We could just continue pushing higher. Like gold hasn't been giving us any solid retracements so far. And just trying to pick the top is never a good idea. Please let us know when you take the sell. Or outside of the sells that I'm already in, I would only take the sell like if we start seeing some rejections and potential reversals from the top of this range. So if I get in again, then I'm gonna let you know. Yeah, we got the 630 open now. Big candle down. Check out this structure point. Now we're pushing up. So let's see if we're gonna get any signals from this range now. Silver is looking very bullish right now. So hopefully if it starts rejecting like the top of this range, then we could see gold also start rejecting. But you know, for now, one candle is not enough to make any decisions. Then obviously, as you guys can see, massive volume bar, volume injection. Consistent down to the second. How strong are gold and silver correlated? I mean, definitely more than gold and DXY. Like if you just look at the both charts, like they look pretty much the same. But sometimes either silver or gold is gonna show you the move before the other one does. So for example, if you were trying to get into a buy, let's say on gold, and you wasn't sure about what was gonna happen, and you could just watch silver, and you can see that silver is also retesting the previous high. So that would give you like an extra confirmation that gold is gonna push as well. Took TP at 49. Again, sniper TP. Okay, so I'm gonna add the extra entry now, which is at 46.50. So that's what I added the extra entry now, and let's just see if we can continue going down. Did you add the other position? Yes, just now. I don't know if you can see the arrow, but yeah, just added the entry now. Again, zero drawdown for now, straight into profits. So let's see if we can just continue melting. Why am I not adding the bubble indicator? Like we do have the bubbles. The bubbles are on. Took entry. Yeah, I just took the entry. But I'll still be careful, because if a bit more momentum comes in, we could just sweep this high, you know, potentially just tap into this range to grab more liquidity and then push. So I'll just be careful of this, because we are kind of entering at like the lower part of the range. So it's not like the perfect ideal entry, but we are just following the price. So let's see if we get the momentum pushing through now. Yeah, so far it's looking good. Silvers are also pushing through, just rejecting the top of that range, like I said before. You know, as long as we don't start like rejecting this area, then we should be good. But if we start rejecting this area, then we could potentially just start moving above the highs. Do you use higher time frame bias during this specific trading time? Yes, we always do. Like obviously my bias is already just to sell, so I don't have to like check any other time frames. I just want to see the 5-minute because it shows me the details that I need. What about 46.55 sell? Yeah, that's also a good sell area. Like I said, if we do end up breaking above that high, then we could potentially see retracements from this area. Can you do copy trading in Vantage? Yes, I'm gonna do copy trading soon. But first I wanna sort out my EA so I can just trade alongside the EA. Because, you know, I don't wanna be forced to take trades every day just so you guys are satisfied with the copy trading. You know, I wanna take some time off as well. You know, it's not good to trade every single day. So I basically just want to have that EA that I have now just to consistently print money, and then on top of that I'm gonna take some manual trades as well. Do you think we can put the stop loss at 46.60? You could, but for this trade right now, like this stop loss is good. If you feel like taking a bit more risk in case we do start retracing, then you can. But for now, like this is good. If we could break below this low now, then we can easily just tap into like the lower part of this range, and that's gonna be like what, almost 200 pips from this sell. Will we also get access to the EA? Not directly, because you know, if you have a software that can consistently print money, like why would you give it away? That software alone is worth like hundreds of thousands minimum. Like anyone who sells you an EA for like $100, like it's just fake. Like there's like nobody in the world would sell you that a working EA for $100. Like just doesn't make sense. Do you wait for confirmation whenever you reach your zones from those reels you make? Most of the time, yeah. Like I always say, you don't want to enter as price enters your zone or your level. You want to enter as price is rejecting that level. You know, because just using this right now as an example, obviously this is one zone, this would be the second zone, and up the top that would be the third zone. Like you just don't know which zone is going to be rejected. So you just wait for the price to enter that zone and show you how it's going to behave, so you can then make your decision. So I entered another sell here because I already saw we got this rejection from the top of this range and we started heading down. That's why I entered. There was enough confirmation for me to add that trade. In fact, it's advisable to not trade daily, only A+ setups. Yes, exactly. Like I always say, I don't trade setups, I just trade what I see. I don't need setups, but for most people, yes. You should just wait and just take the best setups that you have in your playbook. For your VIP members, yes, the copy trading is going to be inside the VIP. Do you think we can take the recent low at 46? Eventually, it's very likely that we could. I don't know if it's going to happen today, but if we at least break below that low, then we could see gold pushed out into that range down here. How to buy your EA? I just said that EA is not going to be for sale. Like, I'm just going to do copy trading. Are you even a scientist or anything? How do you call everything that happens? It's pretty simple, to be honest. You just follow the price. Like when someone asks me what my strategy is, I just say I don't have a strategy. I just trade what the price tells me. You know, you shouldn't like force yourself to trade a strict way. Like, you should just learn to read the candles like words on a paper. So eventually you just learn to read those candles like a story, and the candles just tell you the story behind where the price wants to go. Your analysis is better than side trades. Keep up, it helps many. Well, to be honest, I don't want to get involved, but you know, side trades like only tells you what pretty much 99% of other market structure traders would tell you. And he's been exposed many times already. So don't believe that the money he makes is actually real. Is there any other way apart from Vantage that we can join your VIP? Yeah. If you just message on Telegram, then you're gonna be sent a link that you can use to join outside of Vantage. Do you use bonds? The US 10-year yields or 20-year yields has a confluence before entering a trade. The US Treasury announcement has pushed gold higher and messed up higher time frame structure. I don't use bonds for my trades. Like, if you're gonna trade gold, just look at the chart of gold. Like, stop creating noise for yourself and just overthinking what's already simple. Like, we got into this trade which was pretty much zero drawdown. Like, and it was a simple trade because, you know, the bias is telling us that this is what's gonna happen. Like, I don't need to look at DXY, I don't need to look bonds or any other things. The chart of gold already has what I need. Do you see candle pattern? I don't use any candle patterns. Perhaps what would be informative is to tell us example stories of what the chart is saying, that we know what to look for. I already told you the story yesterday and early on. This entire price action within this area is exactly the same as CPI from 2 weeks ago. So that's the story. We had that volume accumulation, big volume, price accumulated at the top, push down, took out that previous structure. Then we had a push up with no volume. Volume came in when price was at the top, sweeping the previous day's high. So this entire push is a fake out. And that fake out dropped enough to take out that previous structure point. And at that point, we just accumulated, came down, took another structure point. So this is very clearly, I'm telling you that gold has turned bearish from a structure perspective. Then after we took out this structure point, we had a big volume spike. So you can see that many buyers got into the trades at this area, and it pushed the price into the top of this range where we had seen no volume again, so price didn't have enough fuel to continue pushing higher, and we just dropped. Took out another structure point, retraced into the top of this area, and we continue dropping. Like all these structure breaks and all these rejections from top of the ranges, they are tell you that story that the momentum has shifted and buyers don't have that much power to continue pushing the price. So that's the story. And I've already said this multiple times, so I'm not gonna repeat it again. You can just watch the stream again. This is where the CPI was 2 weeks ago. The exact same thing happened. Accumulation, big volume, push with no volume, which is a fake out, took out the previous daily high, and look how the price continued. Can we retrace to 4,500? Yes, ideally, I would love to see gold just tap into like this part of the range. If gold wants to continue going higher, then a retest of this area would be perfect. Like even like a retest of this area would also be good, but this would be even better. And as you guys can see, the sales went just straight into profit. Is live trading the same like today daily? Yes, for now I'm gonna be streaming daily. At least this week. Next week I may just take a few days off, but I'm still gonna do the streams. I think we broke a structure. Yes, we broke below that previous structure. So we could potentially see some retracements higher now, but eventually, if we end up breaking below that low, then we're good to continue down here. And if I just check silver, like silver is also pushing down. If silver can break below this structure point, then it's gonna continue down, and that's gonna help gold break below this structure point. What is your strategy for booking partials? I mean, you book half or cover for reversal or something? To be honest, that is totally up to you, but you should always consider taking a partial after every structure break or after we reach like a key level, like for example this wick here. Because you know, even though we broke a structure point, this entire wick could provide some retracements higher. So you know, it also depends like how much lots you got in, what's the overall risk on your account that you took the trade with. But like the basic idea is just to take profits at every structure or every major zone. What's your final TP? Well, if we break below this low, then I'm probably gonna take my final TP around this area, because this is gonna be like a key level, which could potentially like give us a bigger retracement from here, maybe like up to here, before we continue moving down. So, you know, I would just close the final bits of my trades here just to avoid that big retracement. Do you think we can hold this sell for a bit longer? Yeah, right now, all the volume that we see, like all this volume is just coming into sales. Push down, retest, push down, retest. So we should see another push down, maybe another retest. Thanks, man, making some profits these live days. I promise as soon as I hit 200 on my main, I'll join Vantage and your VIP. That's good, man. That's what I'm here for. Just help you guys out and show you that like this is possible. Like every single trade live, we win. Like I don't know any other trader who can do this consistently. Bugged in 200 pips. Thanks, Derek. You're welcome. You see how easy it is to trade these 630 injections? Just follow the price. Amazing shout that was. What level was that TP as I can't see? And obviously it would be a good idea to take a partial around this zone, but if you want to keep holding, and if we do end up breaking below that low, then this is like 46, 10, 15 level, where you can start thinking about closing the rest of the trade. Daily of this for 30 days and I'll come to Bali for fun. Yeah, man, just come and visit. The weather's nice. Will you stream live only on Kick or YouTube as well at the same time? I don't know, can I stream on multiple platforms at the same time? I think it may be a bit too much for like the computer just to handle all that data. You know, for now, I would just rather stream on Kick, and then the stream recordings that I have, I'm just gonna upload to YouTube. Made some mistake initially, but I took some profits too. That's good. We're here to make money, and I'm here to help you do that. I'm curious, how did you get this good? Autism. Like, that's the only answer I can give you. Like, I know this is trading, and it shouldn't be possible for anyone to, like, you know, win 100% of the time. And I don't win 100% of the time. I still do stupid things like everyone else, but as you guys can see, every trade live, we call it perfectly. And honestly, I have no explanation as to why. Like, it's just autism. Do you use the DXY as correlation? I don't. All I need is just the gold chart. Which candle you use as confirmation candle for entry? I don't use candles as confirmation. I just look at the price. Like the candles itself, they are irrelevant. It's more about the price and how the price is behaving around that level. Which country are you from? I'm from Poland. Re-entry at 46, 45? Could be. You know, I think if we break 46, 44, that's not a good sign for us. But if we respect like the top of this range, or we respect this area, then we should be good just to continue down. But like I said, like this week, we had that, you know, that was the initial move that initiated this entire push. So it's a good idea just to take profits around this area. Don't have to close the full trade, but at least take some partials if you want to save money. If you want to take more risk, you can just continue holding. I honestly like your explanation videos, top notch. Yeah, it's just as simple as that. Like, you don't want to overcomplicate things. Just keep it simple, and you're gonna be profitable for a very long time. Yeah, profit good when in pocket, partial always good. Yeah, exactly. Nobody went broke taking profits. People only go broke when they get greedy. Still placed a sell at 46.50. Well, this is the sell that I added now on the live stream, but I did have all the other sells that I showed on the Instagram. Now, obviously, I didn't have to add any more trades. Like, all the entries that I have here are good, but I don't want to tell you guys to enter and then not enter myself. So I just added a small 0.5 lots at this point. Using prop firm or on account trading, which is best. Using personal funds is always best. No rules, nothing to stress about. The prop firms just give you the illusion that you can trade with more capital, but in reality, you don't. Because you have all these stupid rules that you have to follow, which don't actually apply in real trading. Are you adding another video on IG? I'm not gonna do any breakdown videos today. I'll do one tomorrow. Once you end sell, let us know, of course. I have a buy at 46.12. Should I close it? If you have a buy at 46.12, why would you put yourself in a situation where you have to go through all this drawdown? Why didn't you take your profit when price was at the top? And honestly, right now, looking at the price, it's not really looking good for us to continue down, especially because silver also just rejected that bottom of the range and it's looking just like a big break and retest. So if silver continues pushing, then gold could also just continue pushing, at least into the top of this range for now. So for now, a break below this wick is not looking that good. But I'm still gonna hold. Will you continue to trade the 630 injections? How can I follow you? Like, I've been trading the 630 injections almost every day this year. And even if I don't, once you're inside my community, you get access to the bubbles, which give you the bias, so you can position yourself in a trade before or after the 630 opens. What time do you go live every morning and when you're on? UK time. We trade the 630 injections, which is 6:30 UK time. So I just start at 6 a.m. So we have like 30 minutes to prepare and see what the price is gonna do. And then I just stay on for like an hour and a half. Yesterday we were on for like 2 hours, 20 minutes, because the price was very slow. So I just wanted to stay and just keep you updated on the shorts that we had. So for now, I'm still gonna stay. I'm gonna see if we can break below that low. If we do, then I'm probably gonna go. You might not know where the top is. Well, for now, the top is here. And today, the top is here. You're one of the GG, bro. Happy to be part of your community. Love and respect. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Can you trade BTC and Euro USD? I can, but if you can get trades like this every time on gold, why would you trade anything else? That's a common mistake people do. Like, you just try to trade everything at once. If you just lock in on a single pair like gold, like, it's gonna be so easy to trade. Like, I don't even look at the other charts. I may just check Bitcoin like once every few days, on the daily just to see what it's doing. But other than that, I don't care what the other pairs are doing. Like all I need is just gold. Do I trade a stop loss to break even or still 46.50? I don't put my stop losses at break even. Like it's either gonna be stop loss or take profit. Like nothing in between. Like obviously yesterday I took a break even on this trade, but that was only because I couldn't be bothered to hold the trade any longer. Do you still have the sell at 46.50? Yeah, I have all the other sells that I shared on the Instagram story, and then I just got this extra entry now. Exit game is one of the hardest parts sometimes. It is. Like, believe it or not, but your entries don't matter as much. You can just flip a coin if you're gonna buy or sell, but it's the exit that's gonna decide if your trade is gonna win or if it's gonna lose. Because look at this, for example, we have a perfect sniper entry, we are in profit. But if we don't take profits and the trade reverses, we're gonna lose. So it doesn't matter that we had a perfect sniper entry. Has the 46.50 trade tapped in yet? Like, I think you're not even watching the stream, bro. Like, this was the zone we tapped it into. 46.50, like down to the pip. What means those bubbles? Those bubbles show you the bias before the 630 opens. And 630 is the volume injections that I've been talking about this entire year, pretty much. How do you stop over trading? Just find something else to do. Go to the gym, play some games. I don't know, just do something else other than sitting and watching the charts the entire day. Because the more you watch the chart, the more you're gonna see. And sometimes the more you see is not always better. Because you're gonna start convincing yourself that you're seeing things that are not actually there. Should I hold my 46.12 until 4800? Definitely not. Don't get greedy. Like you already got greedy and you lost more than 50% of your profits that you had. Like if you got in, I don't know where, but let's say just 46.12, you made 600 pips, and now you just watched your trade lose more than 400 pips. Like that's not good. Stop doing that. Don't get greedy. I closed my trades £900 in profit. Now I'm about to get your VIP. Good stuff, bro. Just message on Telegram and we'll get you in. And can I get in now? Get in what? The cells? Not a good idea. Because what if you get in the cells now and we retrace? Then you're just gonna be straight into drawdown. Is that tool that shows volume for free on TradingView? Like, yeah, this is just volume. Yeah, volume. Like, there's just nothing else. This is just the basic indicator every charting platform has. Yeah, and so far, break of this low is not looking good unless we can start breaking down below this low. And if silver breaks down below this low, then it's gonna be very good for us. Because if the silver breaks below this low, it's gonna go into this range. But if it doesn't, then it could just continue pumping, and that's also gonna take gold with it. What's the name of the indicator? It's just volume. It's that single word, volume, nothing else. Why do you use silver instead of DXY? Because it's irrelevant. Like the correlation between DXY and gold is just dropping down and down every single year. Like back when I started in like 2018, 19, like using DXY for correlation was very good because it would correlate pretty much like 90% of the time. But right now, the correlation is just not that strong. And most of the time, you can even see gold and DXY pumping at the same time. You can see gold and DXY dropping at the same time. So like you don't want to start looking at 10 different things and just confuse yourself. Just lock in on a single chart, and that's gonna make your trading a whole lot easier. How to read volume like you? Just keep watching the charts and keep paying attention. If the volume comes in when price is down, it's most likely that it's gonna push the price the other way. You know, buy low, sell high. If the volume comes in when price is at the top, it's most likely gonna push the price the other way. If the price is coming down with very little volume, we sweep a structure point like we did yesterday, and the volume comes in, that is a 10 out of 10 buy. If it happens when price is at the top, then it's gonna be a 10 out of 10 sell. And obviously you can see there are areas like this where there is zero volume. I mean, obviously there is volume, but compared to any other spikes, this is like nothing. So when price continues to push and there is literally no volume, it just means that there is not enough fuel to continue pumping the price, and it's gonna drop eventually. And then when it drops and then you see a big spike, we had also the sweep of this structure and this spike of volume, so that gave us that push higher. Again, we just pushed to the top of that range. We had, obviously when we were pushing, we had this volume was dropping. When we got to the top of the range, volume spiked again. So you can see that it obviously you don't know what it is. It could be the buyers taking profit, it could be more sellers getting into the market, but you just see that the volume spikes. So just using the basic logic, buy low and sell high, you can just figure out that it's most likely that the volume coming in at the top of a range is going to push the price down. And obviously we have the 630 volume now, but that volume came in after we pushed to the top of this range. So now we see that push down. But at the same time, right now, we are just accumulating at the bottom of this range. So this could potentially push the price higher now. That's why I said it's a good idea to take your profits around this level. I mean, you don't have to take full profits, but a partial at least. Because even if we are going to continue selling, the fact that we are accumulating now and that the volume is there, it just could push the price higher to, let's say, our entry, or maybe just look for some sweeps and then continue pushing. Like this is still a possibility. But for now, silver is starting to look good for a break below this low. So maybe that's gonna help gold continue down. And for now, we are just breaking down, retesting, breaking down, retesting, and we are just accumulating now. But this volume initiated when price was at the top of the range. I marked a trend on the 4-hour, which got broken. I mean, if you say you just drew a single line to show you the trend, that's not a good way to trade. And if you guys can see, for the shorts today, I wanted to go all in, so I just deposited 2K into a separate account and just went all in, and now the account is at 8.5K. So this is how easy it is to make money trading. What lot size did you use on the 2K account? You can see the lot size on my Instagram on the story that I posted. I have 3 lots in total now. I had 1.5 lots at the top, and then I just added 0.5 as price was dropping. Like if someone tells you trading is a very long way to get rich, it's not. Trading is easy money as long as you know what you're doing. And obviously, the best way to make easy money from trading is to also have a source of income outside of trading. So then, even if you lose, you don't have to stress. I want autism. I can't give it to you, but maybe if you can just keep watching me live, then you can at least figure out how to look at the charts the way I do. Sorry to ask again, can you please show us how to add the volume indicator? Just go to indicators, type in volume, and that it's basically it. There's nothing else. The single word, volume. And so far, silver just swept that previous low. So for now, it's not a good sign yet. Like we want to see like a clean breakthrough below that low. A sweep is not good. Where do you live? I need to visit that state. I'm in Bali. It's not breaking through. Yeah, it's like I said, it's finding support just around that previous wick, and it's accumulating with volume. So for now, it's not looking good. You know, we did get this break of that previous low on silver, but for now it's just a sweep. If it follows through now, that's gonna be good. But if it starts rejecting, then that's not good for us. And we should probably start to take some profits early. You say they want autism. Honestly, for me, autism's a superpower. Like obviously there are different kinds of autisms, but for me it's a superpower because it just allows me to have my pattern recognition on a whole different level. What are the green and red boxes? It's not an indicator. This is me just drawing the boxes manually. Green is a demand zone, red is a supply zone, and blue is an imbalance. Is it possible for gold to hit 4,800? It is possible, but we need a retracement first. Like if we can retrace like at least to like down to these levels, then we should be good to continue higher. Are you trading PCE today? No. Like after this trade, like there's no point for me to trade anymore. Should have held my morning sell trade. Exited early, need to plan to hold longer next time. Yeah, just follow the price. Like that's the only thing I can tell you. Like I know you posted a screenshot in the VIP that you closed the trades around here, most likely because you started seeing those green candles, but just look at the volume. Like there was no volume behind those green candles. So obviously like a little retracement was natural because we just tapped into the lower part of this range, but there was no volume to actually follow through with that move. So just follow the price. And the account right now, we are just $500 short from 10K. So that's gonna be a 2 to 10K flip now. What is the correct point to set TP? I don't set TPs. I just watch the price and let it show me where it wants to go. Because obviously, what if I set my TP, let's say at this zone, but what if the price just melts through and goes all the way down here? Then I'm just gonna close like very good trade just because I had a TP set on my trade. You know, if you see the momentum coming in, like there's no reason for you to close the trade. Like unless we see some volume starting to come in and we see some lower time frame shifts or accumulations, then you could start thinking about closing the trades. But obviously do take your partials as price is moving in your directions. That's always good. You can't go broke taking partials. But setting fixed TPs, like I never do that. I took a partial. Now look at the price melt into 46.10. I mean, at least you took a partial. You still have the other part of the trade to let it run. Can we see a buy once we sweep 46.29? Not really. I would say if we sweep 46.29, we should at least go down into like this range. This is a structure point we could sweep, but I think we should eventually just tap into the lower part of this range. But for now, this low hasn't been broken yet, so we could start seeing some rejections from this area. But silver is dropping. It's about to tap into this range, so that's good. What would be your stop loss if we take a buy around 46.10? It's gonna be below this low. Like any trade that you take, you should always place your stop loss below a structure point or above a structure point. You know, at that point, you're not guessing where your stop loss has to be, and it's always based on structure. Did you close that 46.50 short? Not yet. Like the trades that I have open now, they are like very high risk because I'm just trying to flip the account. So I just want to see if I can cross 10K on that account. And then I'm gonna start closing the trades. Do you show your P&L? For now, this is the P&L. I don't know how visible that is on your screen, but I'm gonna post a screenshot later. Do you set your trades to break even? No, I don't. Like for me, it's either stop loss or profit, nothing in between. Like the only reason I would set my stop loss, like obviously I wouldn't set my stop loss to break even on the trade, but I would like manually close the trade around break even if I have a reason to. You know, if let's say we are in a short and I can see that the bias has clearly changed and it's going bullish, then you know there's no point for me to keep holding the trade and hoping that it's going to reverse. But yeah, for now we got 2k to 10k flip all in one day, and all just from this short. Please let us know when you close. Like you can start getting out of this at least part of the trade right now, because we took out that structure point, so that could potentially give some reversals a bit higher. But you know, don't try to follow everything that I do, because what I do right now with this account is very risky. What's your leverage? It's 1 to 500. Yeah, do you see how easy it is to trade with me when you guys join the lives? Like literally just tapped into our range, straight melt, zero drawdown. So for now, I'm just gonna keep holding the trade. Maybe we can get into like the lower part of this range. And if you guys wanna see the account, I posted the screenshot on Telegram. Can you do account handling? I can give some profit percentage. Just wait till I start the copy trading account. Like give it a few weeks. They still have to figure out the EA settings, and I'm just gonna have the copy trading run with the EA, and then I'm gonna take some manual trades as well. Is FBG trading okay? No, it's not. You know, to me, anyone who even mentions FBGs, like this is what you look like. So no, you don't trade fair value gaps. Just found you on Instagram, been trading since 4 years, still with no edge, overloaded with indicators, done everything from ICT, market maker, SD, still at break even. I want to learn from you. Just get rid of everything you learned and just follow what I do. Join the live streams, watch my videos. That's all you need. What indicators is the best? Just the volume indicator. That's all you need. What amount will always be thankful for encountering FXD sniper. Thank you, Tishan. Going to the gym now, done for the day. That's good, bro. Enjoy the profits. Do you think this week will be bearish? Yes. Let me just check what the weekly looks like. Yeah, I think it's very likely that this week, maybe even if we don't close in the red, like it could close as like a doji candle. But I think this week just should continue pushing down into like the 4,500 levels. You know, like I said before, like at least a retest of this area would be very good if gold wants to continue pushing higher. My broker doesn't offer high leverage. Have you got any recommendations for newbies? Just join Vantage. You get 1 to 500 leverage. Yeah, and honestly, guys, if you just want to keep trading with me live, because obviously not every live is going to be public. Some of them are just going to be for the VIP members. Just go to the bit.ly link, join the public Telegram, and just watch out for any informations or any updates that I do. Because honestly, I don't want to keep on bragging, but how many traders do you know who get 100% win rate trading live? Obviously, I'm not expecting to keep up the 100% win rate forever, but you know, you can see the consistency and you can see the way that I explain the charts. Like whatever I say almost always happens. I took the same short based on 5-minute order block but closed early. I was afraid seeing the retracement. So do you use fibs or anything else as confluence? No. I used to trade with fibs maybe like 5-6 years ago, but I didn't find it helpful. So for now, this is just structure and volume. That's all I use. How much is the VIP? It's free to join. As long as you have a Vantage account, you can join for free. How long does it take to withdraw profits from Vantage? Like for me, the longest I withdraw ever took was maybe like 3-4 hours. Like usually every withdrawal that I make, no matter how big, I just get the money within like, I don't know, 30 minutes. Yeah, even after 2-3 days of learning, I can see what's going on in gold. And when we enter a trade previously, it was a sort of a gamble. Yeah, just honestly keep watching the lives and you guys can see how easy it is to trade. Most people just overcomplicate it for no reason. Where do you think it's gonna start buying? We could start seeing some retracements around this area. If I just get rid of the volume, because you know we do have this wick and this bit of structure, so this could provide some retracements, which could push the price maybe, you know, like a break and retest of this low. But eventually, I think we should just continue heading down into like the lower part of this range. I'm from Germany. I will have problems with Vantage. It's just, is there another way to join? There is a lot of German people in my community, so you shouldn't have any problems with Vantage. It took 40 Ps. All hail Polish gold Derek. My man, you the real G in the industry. Really wish to catch up with you one day. Thank you, man. Like, once I get a bit bigger and I actually have some people who follow me, then we can do some meetups. But you know, for now, I'm still a nobody. If I do a meetup, then maybe 2 people are gonna show up. Thank you for doing this. You're welcome, Michelle. You know, you've been part of the community for a while, so you know how we do things. How much is the VIP? It's free to join. Like, if you trade with Vantage, you don't have to pay anything to join. You are awesome. Thank you. I hope you guys find this helpful and whatever I'm trying to tell you in the way I describe the charts. Just made my withdrawals already. Thanks, man. You're the best. Join in the VIP soon. Well, hopefully I'll see you on the other side. How many signals do you send out a day on Telegram? It depends. And it could be 1 or it could be 10. Just depends how volatile gold is. For $800, how much lot size should I take? Just use a profit size calculator. You can find any in Google. Because, you know, it's more about how big your stop loss is going to be. You know, it's not about how much lots you can open. Because your stop loss could be 20 pips or your stop loss could be 200 pips. Any workaround on increased leverage, the 1 to 100 ranges per account with financial backgrounds? Not really. If you sign up with Vantage, you instantly get 1 to 500 leverage. But you need to find the Vantage before you can have access to the indicators, right? Yes. Like, obviously, what's the point of joining a VIP community if you have no funds to trade with? You know, the point is to help you guys make money. Does Vantage cost? No, it's just a free broker for anyone to join. Should I wait or close? Well, like I said, after we break below this low, we could see some retracements from this area, so you should definitely start taking some partials. If you don't want to, you don't have to close the full trade, but from now, it's very likely that we could just push up and retest that previous low. You know, it looks like silver's still gonna push down. could potentially see some more resistance at the lower part of the range. But if silver continues pushing, then it should help gold push a bit lower too. And on the 15-minute, it's looking good. If we just flipped bullish from this point, like, it would be very ugly. So I think at least the next 15 minutes should push down a bit into the lower part of the range. Yeah, even the 30-minute, good closure. So we could just be making that wick higher and have the next candle continue. It may be how I set up my vantage originally, only locked to 1 to 30. Maybe if you contact the support, they can at least explain to you why you have limited leverage. But I guess if it continues, maybe you can just try opening a new account. Will you be streaming daily, or will you only stream for your VIP members on most days? I'm gonna stream daily, but not every stream is gonna be public. Like for this week, every stream is gonna be public, but next week maybe, like, I may take like 1 or 2 days off and just do the streams for the VIP, and then do like 1 or 2 public streams too. Do you always place a trade after the 15-minute candle closes? Not really. I don't care about how the candle closes. But you know, it's just easier for me to explain the price to someone else, like using the candle closures. But for me, like, it doesn't matter how the candle closes. You know, if you look at this bullish candle at the top, like, most people would think that the price is very bullish and it may continue above that high. But the next candle turned bearish and it didn't really matter. Thank you for this live. I was able to make some money. That's good. Enjoy the profits. Please do 3 streams for us minimum. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, I'm gonna keep doing the public streams too, but you know, the VIP needs a special treatment. You know, right now I just wanted to do a full week of public streams just so you guys can see what's actually possible. And just so you guys can see how much bullshit is out there that you shouldn't be following anymore. And you know, if you guys make money on the public streams, then imagine how much more you can make once you join the VIP. Because even outside of the streams, like in the VIP, we just talk all the time. You guys can send your chart, ask questions. There's a lot more than just the live streams. You know, the point is for me to make you an independent trader, so you don't actually need me to trade. It is still good to hold till 46.10 at least. Yeah, we should be good to continue lower into that range, but for now, we just broke through the previous low, so a retracement a bit higher is expected. But we should have at least 1 more leg down before any more buyers come in. What does it need to get into the VIP? Well, you just need to have a Vantage account, and that's it. Like, if you join the public Telegram, which you can find the link for down here, the bit.ly link, you just click the button and everything's gonna be explained. What do you think about the AUUSD strategy? It's good, but in my opinion, the strategy is good just to automate it. Like if you're gonna trade manually, there are a million better ways to trade. But it is a good strategy because it's very mechanical. Like you just basically wait for a break of a single range and then you make your decisions based on that. But I think the way I'm describing the charts to you now, it's 100 times better. What are the main important things to look for in price action? It depends on your definition of price action. Like for me, it would be just watching the candles and how the candles are forming, how they're behaving, where the volume is coming in, which structure points are getting respected, which ones are getting rejected. It's just watching how the candles behave. Like for me, this is price action. In the VIP is a youth or another trader who sends the signals. The signals are sent from the bots that are made based on the trading view strategy that I have. So obviously, if I was gonna send the signals manually, then you may get like, I don't know, 2 or 3 trades a week. So that's why it's better to have a bot that automates my strategy and sends the signals 24/7, regardless of if I'm active or not. Please advise some material I can look at and read how to understand and identify key liquidity levels on the 4-hour and daily on gold. I think I'm missing the understanding of liquidity levels which give high probability trades. Well, what you're looking for doesn't exist. Like if I was to base my trading just strictly based on the daily chart, like I would be maybe placing 1 trade a week. And for most traders, like that's not satisfying enough. Even if I was gonna use 4-hour, like it doesn't show me the details that I need. So it's not about finding the high probability zones. It's just about watching the structure, watching the price, and how price behaves when it enters any previous structure level or any previous area of accumulation. Do you use EMA or VWAP? No, I don't. The candles on this chart is all that I use. And do you use higher time frame for daily analysis or 15-minute time frame? Most of the time I do use like I swap between like the 15 to 1 hour time frames. Like for me, it just depends what the price is showing me. Like I want to see the details when I trade. So I like using the 1 minute and 5 minute charts. But for me to like have track of what the higher time frame is doing, I do often zoom out to the 15-minute, see if there's any like clear structure levels, any accumulation areas. If there's nothing on the 15-minute, then I'm gonna use the 30-minute. If there's nothing on the 30-minute, then I'm gonna check the 1 hour, and I'm just gonna like swap between the time frames and see which one shows me a clear thing that I'm looking for, like a clear structure, clear accumulation. When are you buying a Lamborghini like the scammers? Well, I think if I bought a Lamborghini now, I would crash within a week. Like, I'm better just riding on a bike than a supercar. What leverage do you recommend? As high as you can get. Like, leverage doesn't change how you trade, it just gives you more room to play around with. And if you manage your risk properly, then it's not gonna change anything about how you trade. It can just give you more leverage to open more trades. You should record your win rate during live stream. I think maybe next week I'm gonna set up like a specific account that I only use during the live streams, so we can have like a MyFX books for it. But we'll see. You know, for now, all the live streams are recorded, so you can always just go back and see if we actually win the trades or if I'm just talking a bunch of bullshit. How can we join the VIP? Just go to the public Telegram, click the button, and it's gonna tell you step by step what to do. What is your regular streaming schedules? For now, it's just around the 6:30 injections. So we start at 6 a.m. and then we go for like an hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours. Like right now I'm just gonna wait for the London session to open in 12 minutes and see if we can get any momentum to continue pushing down. But like I said, right now we just retraced into this previous accumulation. So if we see some momentum coming back now, we should be good to continue down. If not, then it's very likely we may just continue pushing into this range now. 6:30 a.m. which time zone? UK time zone. Whenever I say the 6:30 injections, it's always UK time. And for now, silver is retesting the top of the previous high. Gold is retesting this range. It's 6:30 penetration. Yes, I forgot. We changed the name from injections to penetration. Do you plan to stream during Asian and NY session in the future? Yes. I'm gonna do some streams around the New York Open time as well. When will it go back to 5:30 a.m. injection like before? I'm not sure. Whenever the time changes back. I think it's gonna be in like, I don't know, 2 months maybe, or 1 month. I'm not sure when the time change. Today's Asian session was good. I think I should do it more often. Yeah, today it was perfect. Had a beautiful push down from that previous accumulation I mentioned yesterday. Pushed down all the way, swept liquidity, volume came in, pushed to the high. Like, this was just such a clean price action. Could have just got into sells, buys, sells. last Sunday in October. Yeah, so we still have 2 months of the 630 injections, and then it's going back to 530. Do you do special lives on VIP members or private lessons? We do live streams in the VIP, but this week I just wanted to do the live streams for a whole week publicly. So next week, like some of the live streams are gonna be just for the VIP and some of them are gonna be public. Where do you keep track of these 630 injections? Like, I don't keep track of it. I just show up daily and see what the price is telling me. Like, I don't really care about keeping any journals or just tracking any other things. You know, I think people just obsess too much when they start journaling their trades, and they let them affect the statistics too much. You know, if you just show up daily, do the same thing, and just make sure you win more than you lose over the long term, you're good. Like, you don't have to care about every tiny detail. What time frame do you look during Asian sessions? Like, it depends. Whenever I trade, when I'm in an active trade or looking to enter a trade, it's always 5 minute or the 1 minute chart. But for analysis, I always just switch from like 5 to 4 hour time frames. It just depends which one shows me what I'm looking for. How do we install your penetrations bubbles on TradingView? Well, once you join the VIP, you get access to the indicators on WAP. You just claim the indicators, go to invite only, and then you're gonna see the entire list here. For VIPs, is there a required lot size in every trade, or we use any lot size? Just whatever you're comfortable with. There's no requirements. You know, I don't want you guys to keep blowing your account, so obviously keep the risk as low as you need to keep it, you know. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and explaining everything. Truly helpful. You're welcome. What broker do you use? Vantage? Do you have Signal Room or VIP we can join? Yes. Just go to this bit.ly link. It's gonna take you to my public Telegram. And from there you can just message me and join the VIP. Would you wait for it to break 46.25 before entering another sell? No, that's too late. If you want to enter another sell, you know, you could enter because we retested that range with a stop loss above that range. But waiting to enter a trade at that breakout, once we are already, you know, in a very strong bearish momentum, is not a good idea. Because, you know, for you to enter as we break this low, like, you would have to put your stop loss at least above that previous high. And, you know, that's a massive stop loss. If you wanted to re-enter, you could have just re-entered once we entered this accumulation, like I said. and that could have allowed you to put your stop loss above this structure point. Vantage account created and deposit success. So welcome to the team. Vantage service for Indians users is slow. It's an issue, man. Honestly, I don't want to sound racist, but like there is a reason for this. How many VIP members are actively taking your trades right now? I have no idea. Now you're here. Everyday life. Yes, I am. This week, the streams are gonna be every day, but every week later on, we're gonna see. You know, obviously, I don't want the streams to become like a full 9 to 5 jobs, so I'm just gonna stream whenever I'm available. What are your predictions for CPI? Either manipulation leg before CPI or bearish? Like, why is everyone asking about CPI? There is no CPI today. The only CPI we had today was for Australia, and like that's not relevant. So we can learn that from Telegram when you are on live stream. Well, yes. Whether I am on live or not, if you are inside the Telegram, we always have some discussions. We talk about other trades and other things. So, you know, even if I'm not streaming, like there is still a lot of value that I'm giving to people. How to contact you to exchange for collaboration proposals. I don't do any collaborations. Could you share your trading journey? Why did you start trading? How many accounts have you blown before becoming profitable? Well, I started in December 2017 with crypto, and at the time, literally no matter what you put your money into, just every altcoin was just flying hundreds of percent. So I ended up putting like 250 pounds into some random coins, and then a month later I had 5k in my account. So that was like the most money I made at that time and the quickest money I ever made. So that got me hooked. Like eventually the crypto bull run ended, so I just ended up losing all the money that I made, but it showed me the potential. So that's how I started trading. And that's how and eventually, like 6 months later, because you know the bull run ended and I lost my money, I moved from crypto to Forex. And that's how I just started learning about technical analysis, fundamentals, and other things. And now we're here. And that's how many accounts I've blown, probably hundreds or maybe thousands. Like I never had like one big account that I would trade. I would always make like a few £100 deposits whenever I got paid for my job. So you can say that, you know, every single deposit was a new account. So I was always a high risk trader, and I would always just try to flip those small deposits into big amounts. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Obviously, most of the time it didn't, so I was just stuck blowing accounts for 4 or 5 years. Even to this day, I still blow accounts. Like, it's a normal part of the game. But at least now I have enough money, so blowing an account doesn't affect me. Now, just like this 2K account that I have now, if I lost the account, obviously it would have been blown, but that's just a 2K deposit. Is today's news will affect our trade? Like, the news we have today are not relevant as much. I don't think they're gonna move the price much. Like, it's not gonna change anything. You may just see like a 50 pip wick either side, but other than that, it's not gonna do much. How many plays do you call on your VIP per day? But it depends. It could be 1, it could be 10. Just depends how good the price action is for the day. How much you lose until make profitable? Well, until I went full time, I probably lost around 60,000-70,000 pounds. But then I was able to make it back, and literally just a few months later. So, whatever you lose is like a tuition fee for university. Eventually, once you pass and you reach that level, you're gonna make it back sooner than you lost it. Can you have a one-on-one trading if I decide to go to Bali? Not really. Maybe if I do some meetups, then I can just like rent a big place with like screens or projectors, and then we can all just trade live in the same room, and then I can just teach you stuff. But meeting people one-on-one, there's like 100 other people who want the same thing, you know. Do you trade news like NFP and CPI? Most of the time, yeah. Not always, but a lot of the time I do. Like, for me, NFP is like one of the easiest news to predict. But for now, it looks like silver. It's getting its momentum back from this range, pushing up. Maybe we get lucky and it stops at this range. And again, same with gold. Maybe it gets stopped at this range or a sweep of this structure, and we should continue just down into this range. But for now, I would just expect the price to be very slow like yesterday. So you could just see a lot of ups and downs before eventually, as we get closer to the NY session, then we can see some bigger moves. How do you predict NFP when you say it's easy? You just watch how the price is behaving before the NFP. Like, I would say right now it's easier to trade NFP than it was a year ago, because a year ago and before that, when NFP got released, you would always see like 100 pip wick to one or the other side before the price was making the actual move. So usually what I would do is I would just place a buy or sell limit at like a key structure level, which I expected the NFP open to sweep, and then I would just get tagged into my trade and instantly go into profit. But now NFP usually just pushes one way without any wigs, like as soon as the news get released. So it's just better for you to be in a trade that's obviously, going with whatever the price is telling you to do. Like if you see the price is approaching like the top of a range before the NFP, it's very likely that NFP is gonna drop. If the price is approaching the bottom of a range, or we get some sweeps before, like just minutes before the NFP, then it's likely that NFP is just gonna push the price up. Like we're gonna have NFP soon, so maybe I can show you. When you make for down or up, are you on a trade or just predict? I'm not sure what you mean. But you never try to predict where the price is gonna go. You just wanna watch and react and follow the price. How many pairs symbols do you usually trade? Just go. Like I said, it's better for you to just focus on a single asset and master that one asset, because eventually you're just gonna figure out its behavior, how it moves around certain times, how the volume reacts, how the candles form. If you're gonna try to trade 5 or 10 different things, like your head is just gonna be all over the place. It's better to just focus on one asset and keep trading that. And if you trade gold, obviously you don't have to trade anything else. Like this move that we had today, like there was a 220 pip trade, and it only took us like less than an hour. Yeah, it just took us 55 minutes to catch more than 200 pips on this trade. So you can give us a signal whether bullish or bearish. Yeah, in my VIP, I keep sending my buyers before any major news. So most of the time, we guys make money. Been followed you for a month, and now I'm not in your VIP, but I utilize your trading style, which is similar to what I follow. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is how you read the volume and incorporate it into my move. How can you tell if this impulse is just a retracement or a pullback to an actual area? Well, to be honest, you never know. You just have to watch how the price is reacting, and you just follow the price. For example, today, when price reached the top of a range, you can see there was no volume, so price didn't have enough fuel to continue pushing higher. And because we reached a key level, like whenever price reaches a key level, you need volume to help the price push through. If there is no volume, price is just not gonna have the power to break through. So this is just basic logic. Because we didn't have that power to break through, we retraced. Again, as price was retracing, there wasn't really any much volume coming in until we took out this structure point. So that's where we had that big spike in volume, and that momentum came in. So again, we pushed higher, but again, volume was dying. And once we reached the top of the fresh range, we had another volume spike. So that's why gold pushed down. That's why I got into the sells. And again, as we started dropping, there was no volume, nothing coming in. So there was no signals for me to close my shorts, and that's why I added more shorts along the way. Just buy low, sell high, and the volume just is gonna tell you which one is happening. Now you are in a trade or just predict where price can go. I'm still holding the shorts from the top here. I still think we need at least another leg down, like into the lower part of this range, and then we can potentially see some bigger reversals. Could you tell your volume settings? My indicator's volume seem to be very way off yours. There is no settings to your volume indicator. It just depends on the broker that you use. That's why I have multiple gold charts, because every chart is going to show you something else. And I usually just tell people that volume on TradingView, it's not as reliable. It's better to just look at the volume on your MetaTrader chart, you know, on your phone. $46, $77, $76. I mean, it is a good sell area, but right now, this is the top, which obviously took out this structure point, retraced, and took out another structure point. So for now, sells above this area doesn't make sense, because, you know, the shift has already happened and we are just moving down. If we start breaking up to the upside, then you could potentially start looking for sells, but you would have to break like significantly above this level for this sells to be even considered. Because for now, the sellers are already in control. What do you think? Will the price try to reach 4,700 soon? It could, but in my opinion, we should see a bit more bearish momentum now. You know, we already reached 4,700 here. So it would be very healthy for the price to just retrace down before it continues higher. You know, we can't just have green candles every single day. Do you open multiple positions? What lot size do you usually set? How do you know when it's time to close or it's just a retest? You never know. You just have to follow the price. And as for the lot sizes, usually I just trade like between 1 to 3 lots. Like for me, that's good enough for now. Thinking to buy at 46.20 and hold it until 46.80. If we see some significant volume spikes at these levels, then yeah, you know, just like we had yesterday, when we took out that previous structure point, like we had a very good volume spike. So that was a good buy, which you could have, you know, just continue holding. Obviously, you don't want to be greedy and just continue holding for I don't know how long. But as soon as we sweep like a major structure point, just take your profits and you're good. So if we do end up dropping into this level and we do get that volume spike, I would say like a good profit area would be above 46.50. So, you know, that would still give you like 400 pips. But for now, the price is getting slow again, so there's not much for us to see. So I think I'm gonna go, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. How does someone join your VIP? Just go to this bit.ly link you see at the bottom, and that's gonna take you to my Telegram. And from there, just click that button you see at the top in a pinned message, and then we can take it from there. What price did you say was good to take profits? This one. Like I said, after we break below that low, that was a good area to take your partials. But right now we obviously had this retracement to this initiation area, you know, break and retest. So I would still expect another leg down. And if we do get that leg down, that's where I would just close the full trade and wait for the New York session to open. So I hope you guys made money, and I'll see you tomorrow.